update Chapter 275 electrical standards of the village code to correspond with the Wisconsin Department of Safety and Professional Services Chapter SPS 316.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion by trustee McKay, a second by trustee Maher. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Oh, wait, roll call, sorry.
Trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Backers.
Yes.
Trustee McKay.
Yes.
Trustee Amenda. Yeah. Trustee Maher.
Yes.
President Rosick.
Yes. Okay, motion passes 6-0. The next one is street, I would like to make a motion to defer item 9B, ordinance repealing and replacing chapter 462, street festival, blah, 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 until the next agenda.
Second. Second.
Okay, motion by President Rozak, second by trustee Maher. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Reports from village officials. There was something that I was supposed to report. Okay, I have nothing, I can't remember. Any reports from village trustees? Trustee Walker?
I chaired the meeting of advisory committee on legislation for the league last week in Madison. Nothing too radical here, except for one thing regarding DNC 2020. I forget which assemblyman, forgive me, in New Berlin, I believe. Say it? Yeah, I think it's him, but I think that's it. Two different bills regarding the sale and operation of alcohol, or, sorry, I don't have it in front of me, I'm too tired, but it basically, here it is, extending closing hours for certain alcohol beverage retailers during Democratic National Convention.
What, until 5 a.m.?
I really like the drink.
So I'm just, obviously this has to go through the legislature, but it is interesting because it does seem to have a considerable amount of support from the Republicans and who hold the majority. So just giving you guys all an FYI, not saying I'm support or against this, but right now it's pertaining to southeast Wisconsin, which is basically from Madison to Sheboygan, down to Kenosha, all the way over to Beloit. And there was an interesting discussion. So the league is supporting this bill, and it's a temporary extension of hours for places that I don't know if they have to serve, I think it's just for alcohol. So to 4 a.m. instead of 2 a.m., which is the state law. So, and in the bill though, it allows municipalities to have the right to, and this is important for us, to say, no, we're not going to participate in this extension of hours.
All right, say let's pass that street festival policy and close Oakland.
And I don't think it's 4 a.m.
Any other, sure, or do more?
No, that was that, yeah, that's about it, so.
Okay, any further trustee reports? Thank you. Trustee McKay.
Not so much a report, but with the days getting shorter, I was walking along Capitol and noticing that the markings are really not very noticeable after dark and in the morning, and so I'm concerned that we eliminated that repair from the budget. So I'm just going to voice that concern.
Yes, okay. Any other trustee reports? All right, then we'll move on to items for future agendas, or for future consideration.
I'd like to ask that we consider lights on that trees at Atwater for holiday lights for 2019 at our next meeting. Is that good?
Okay, I'm going to vote no just because I would prefer that the standing committee creates a policy before we take a vote on that. Any further, trustee Rockers?
I just, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but I thought that when we determined putting things on items for future consideration, that we could state to which committee we would like it, by which committee we'd like it addressed, but we couldn't necessarily determine when it would be on the agenda because the village manager works with the village president. I mean, I'm just...
That is correct. You don't have to specify a committee, but the board had voiced that they would like to have that.
So that was just what we'd like, not a policy.
Well, I'd like it to be at full board. I mean, trustee Carpenter is not here, has not had an opportunity to have input into this decision. And essentially, we have made a decision for 2019 because we're not going to have a policy in place by 2019. So by not giving direction, we have essentially, and Tyler, I think, unless I'm confused about, we didn't pass the second motion, right?
Correct.
So Tyler said without the second motion, staff is not going to be following HRC, so staff would go with what we currently do. So we have essentially made a decision, which is status quo, and I think we have done it without the participation of one of our members, and I think she should have an opportunity to have input into that decision. So that's why I'm asking that we discuss it at our next meeting.
And I'm okay, I'm sorry to discuss this, but I do not want to, I said this at the very beginning, just because a member is not here, I don't want to set that precedent that we have to reconsider things because somebody's not here. So if that's the only reason, I strongly suggest that we would vote no. If there's other reasons that you'd like it to be here, other than the member's not here, we have a quorum, and we always go with a quorum making a decision. So I really feel strongly that we don't rehash conversations or votes, discussions because someone's not here. And that's the only thing I ask. Trustee McKay.
I would support it, well, I made the second, but because Tyler indicated that in order to do something different, he would need a clear directive from the board, and my concern is that tonight, not only did we not provide direction, we actually didn't even make an attempt to uphold a position that was very clearly expressed from a citizen commission.
And we just didn't have a second for that vote. I mean, I did make the motion to consider keeping the lights on the tree, and it didn't have a second. So there was an attempt to uphold it or not uphold it, but it failed due to lack of second. And thank you for that, because that I can support, but not for the member being absent. Yes.
So I guess my question is, are we contemplating this for coming up? I'm hearing some different things about scheduling. Are we contemplating this for coming up next meeting or coming up
That's up to the
for
village manager.
the next?
Trustee McKay.
My interpretation of Trustee Menta's motion and why I seconded it is that this is to give an opportunity to to act upon the request from the HRC for 2019.
Yeah.
Because considering a more inclusive policy can't be done.
But it could be any time in November. There's 2 meetings. Just to clarify, I mean, the village manager already has a very booked agenda according to what she's, so if it had to go to the second meeting and you're still supporting it, I think that would be okay.
Well, I think we've all expressed our views. We had a lengthy discussion about it tonight.
And
I
nobody
don't
seconded the
think we
motion.
need to, excuse me?
And nobody seconded the motion.
I don't think we need to repeat everything we said tonight. We've already said it. There's one person we haven't heard from.
And I have a question. If there was a motion made and lack of second, can we then put in future agenda items the same exact motion or the same
It's
topic?
not the same motion. It's a different one. It's
No.
the opposite of what you.
But it was addressing the same thing and nobody wanted to discuss that at this meeting.
Well, first of all, let's not get ahead of it. Right now, the motion that's on the floor is to place an agenda item. Is it the next meeting?
I would prefer the next meeting, but yeah.
I mean, that's up to you to see whether you want to specify or not.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there a second on that?
It didn't say the next meeting, but yes, there's a second on the motion on the floor.
So let's.
No, she
let's
did
that.
say this next meeting.
What's the motion?
And then,
Consider lights on the trees at Atwater Park at the next village board.
what was the specific, what I
And
want
that's-
to do is look at the
I made a
specific.
motion to allow, to continue Atwater Beach lights, and it had failed for a second. We couldn't have that discussion
Yeah,
tonight.
I mean, something like plus and then future agenda, that's appropriate.
But you understand
The
what I'm asking?
question is, I think what you're asking is, would the anticipated action, if we're running out the ground balls here, what would happen at the next meeting is if the motion was to direct staff to not light the trees or whatever have you, is that a valid action considering that it was voted on,
It wasn't voted on, nobody seconded, nobody wanted to discuss that.
It was considered.
it wasn't considered?
And the only reason I say this is we made a specific
Yeah.
point about trustee Bachor
I would
saying,
like to hear.
I'd like about, And I'm explaining why I asked the question while he thinks.
I'd like to hear this first, because I'm getting distracted. I can't follow it.
And Attorney Bear, I will ask my question first.
President Rozak,
Yes,
I would like,
I'm chairing the meeting.
right, but that's really unreasonable. how
I'd
you're
like to
sharing
give
the meeting.
my explanation, and then Attorney Bear can answer the question. The explanation is Trustee Bachhorst had asked about an ethical policy on ethics. Nobody seconded it, and it failed. And we stated a long time ago that we do not then, just because the motion would be slightly different, put it on the next agenda to discuss again. That's the only reason I'm asking.
I didn't ask for ethical policy.
Whatever it was, there was a time when this discussion came up. Trustee, Attorney Bear.
Yeah, well, you know, over time, a board has discretion to, you know, change course as well, or pass another amendment to an ordinance or a resolution that might take the board in another direction, obviously one board to the next. I don't think there's anything special about the fact that the action comes sooner than later as opposed to, you know, months.
We just talked about it tonight.
But I think the question the question really is going to come down to, and I want to take a closer look at some specific elements of Robert's rules. It's not really a motion to reconsider.
It's
It's
not.
not
For a second,
a
it
motion
died.
to reconsider.
It died.
I find it interesting that even the possibility of considering a motion to not light the tree is bringing out such a manner of chairing the meeting.
It's not. I'm asking the
It's-
question
it's
because
my
it
observation.
is a process question, and we've had this discussion when I first became the chair of this board. So I'm asking for my own knowledge, so that the next time it comes up, I can answer consistently.
There's, within chapter 155, there's a specific rule that references reconsideration of votes, and that's 155:16.
Take a vote. We didn't take a vote.
Right, exactly.
So nothing addresses motions that fail. That's fine, as long as I know the answer.
It says, it shall be in order for any member voting with the prevailing side to move for reconsideration, but that didn't happen because we didn't get that far.
It's just a straight,
Right.
are there 4 votes to take up the question of
I understand. but we
direction on the
should
trees
Talk about it
for
tonight. when the
next,
motion was
for
on the
next
table.
meeting?
I call the question. Yes, call
Here's-
the
Tyler.
This would be my recommendation, I'm sorry,
Go ahead, no, I just want to get Tyler's input before he calls the question.
I apologize. I misspoke.
Do you have anything else to add?
My recommendation would be this, is to vote on it, and if there's a procedural bar that exists somewhere within the Robert's Rules of Orders that is adopted by reference in chapter 155 of the Village Code, I'll let you know that via email, and then you can take the appropriate action, but I don't see a direct impediment to it
Okay,
based upon chapter 155. I don't see an impediment to consider.
okay, that's good to know for future. Thank you. Tyler?
I was just going to recommend, because we have 2 meetings left, that we can still take action, and knowing that this is going to be community and business relations anyways, we could have that as part of the committee discussion on the board, and have them consider a specific recommendation for the board to consider on the 18th.
Sounds like a plan. I'll run it. Thank you.
I think that that's, no,
No, I'm just letting you know from my perspective, that's a route that we could go.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that, that's not how I'm interpreting your motion, I'm just saying that's a direction that you could go.
Okay.
I guess call the question.
And staff's
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to call the question and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Was that to call the question?
Call the
or not?
question.
Yes, to call the question.
That's
Oh,
the
I thought that was
question.
on the motion.
Okay. Any further discussion? So I just want to know, is that your recommendation? Is that something that, I feel it should go to committee and then come to full board?
It's just an alternative.
Okay. All right, any further discussion? All right, well, trustee Bachhorst.
yeah, okay, so forgive me here. So I'm confused with the motion. It says to next board meeting to, did you say community business relations? You didn't say.
No, she
So
went to full
it's
board.
a full board next
not
meeting,
meeting.
consider the
Okay,
tree.
so the reason that, so I want to look at this comprehensively, and one of the reasons I abstained earlier is because I don't want to be rushed into making a decision. I understand that the Human Relations committee has spent a lot of time on this, and I think that's great. I also don't want to rule under unnecessary urgency, and I'm saying that because there's a holiday that's come up every year, and then again, it doesn't make it right if it's something that's offensive to some people, but this is a big decision, so to be rushed into making a decision and to take this now out of, so what we're doing is we're saying we're not ready, at least some of us might be saying, we're not ready to make a policy decision, but we're ready to rule on one specific holiday event. And I don't know, maybe it's the time right now, I'm exhausted or whatnot, but so I will be abstaining from this vote as well.
Trustee McKay.
You know, I have to say this reminds me of a vote that not everybody was here for about the Plenza, when the whole controversy over the Plenza came out. And it was like, well, should we have a big long discussion about it, or should we just take it away and then have it, and it's kind of the same concept. I mean, we have a bigger decision that CB&R is going to have to make and take all the time they need, which, trust me, Ann and I having gone through this process with HRC, it takes a lot of time to go through. But at the same time, we have a decision that we really haven't made in regards to just this current year.
We deferred it. We did take action. We deferred it to the committee.
But we recognize that the committee is not going to be able to make a decision in time for 2019.
Right.
So we have, you need to let people speak without interrupting them. So anyway, I feel like we don't have to. We can just leave things the status quo and light the tree this year. And I mean, either thing we do is going to be controversial. Either thing we're going to do. So it really comes down to, making and the decision we make for 2019 does not bear on what CB&R decides in the longer term. But I don't think there's any reason not to just defer making a decision for 19, even though we are really making a decision. And then, anyway, I'm sorry for rambling. I apologize.
And I have one further comment. And I don't think anybody's understanding what I'm saying. We voted as a board to defer it to committee, so we did not have to make that decision as a policy decision. I made a recommendation or a motion to talk about what we're going to do for this year, whether you could support it or it could have failed, but nobody wanted to talk about that. There was no second about lighting the tree or not lighting the tree this year. It failed for lack of second.
I know, but your motion was to light the.
Yeah.
Well, or it could have been to not light. I mean, you could have voted no. I understand that, but it was the discussion to be had was, should we light the tree this year?
No.
I disagree.
And nobody seconded it. Whether you disagree or not, that was, when you make a motion, there's discussion that follows. So if we're gonna have that discussion, we can vote on that. I feel like there were members that deferred it to the committee because we wanted to wait till policy came out, a comprehensive policy, so before we make a decision on whether to cut the lights off or not on one tree. So we have a motion on the floor in a second. Do we have further discussion? Can you read the motion back?
Consider lights on the trees at Atwater at the next village board meeting.
For 2019,
Yeah, for 2019.
2019.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay.
Okay.
Nay.
Motion fails. Thank you. I will make sure to schedule it at the committee to talk about policy. Anything further? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right, motion by trustee McKay, second by trustee Maher. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any